Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night, and it's time for Super Geeked Up!
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah!
What's up everybody? This is your live weekly geeky pop culture show. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Lisa.
And what we do on this show is talk zany, geeky topics and play fun, geek-themed improv and other kind of kooky games. We are very excited. We always have super cool guests on. And tonight, we have from the awesome podcast Dungeons and Randomness, it is Jason Massey and Brianna Marie. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey!
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. You're going to find out more about what they do a little later in the show, folks. I see we already have people in the live chat. You can be watching on YouTube or Twitch. We love to hear your comments. Please type away there. I see Danny Cam says, man, I'm so excited from anticipation. My nipples are being used as picture hangers. Excellent.
That was the first one I saw also, Jeff. So thanks for reading that.
What a great way to start the show.
There's no higher compliment than that, folks.
Also on YouTube, Canada Star says, cut diamonds with Danny's mighty nipples. Sounds good to me.
Oh my God, my face hurts already. This doesn't bode well.
Thank you for watching, guys. Keep your comments coming there. Anyway, though, we like to always kick things off with our Geek Tweet of the Week question. All right, so here we go. You know what we don't talk enough about on this show? Sharks! So, with the make in theaters, we want to know, what shark movie would you want to be in? And would you survive? If so, how would you defeat the shark? So, multi-part question there. We'll go over to our guests first. Jason, you got an answer?
Okay, I have a confession. I don't really know how to swim.
I don't really either. I'm with you, man.
Okay, good. Okay,
Goodness.
So this is going to be a short movie. Whatever I'm in, it's going to be short. I mean, the answer... Okay, I want to be in a classic like Jaws, but I'll probably be in like Jaws 4, The Revenge.
Oh, no.
Like that.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I'll be in the one with... But I get to hang out with Michael Caine.
But wait, would you?
Is he in that one?
Does the shark
I
hold
think
it against
that or
you?
3.
Like, is the shark mad at you as well? Because the whole point was like the shark wanted revenge
See,
against
no,
the lady,
I think I'd be the best buddy of the person who screwed over the shark because
So you
I'm
die
not-
before him.
Yeah. Oh, way before. Opening credits before. Yeah.
I think the shark is pissed at you because you can't swim, and it takes that personally that
Right.
you don't know how to
Exactly.
swim.
So by the time we see title cards, I'm dead. Like I'm gone.
Yeah, you're the opening like scene before the credits.
The opening casualty.
Yeah.
By the way, in the chat, Kenneth Starr had said, well, shit, if I can heckle, then the game is afoot. All right, great. So that's fine. We get that every week.
Heckle away.
Angela on YouTube says, the sharks in Finding Nemo are pretty cool. Yeah, that actually might be one movie you will survive if you're in
Like
Finding
yours.
Nemo. Kenneth
Was
says,
Shark Tale the one with Will Smith?
yeah, I think you're right.
Yes.
The Shark Tale.
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of chats here. Kenneth says Sharknado is the movie to be in. It has the fewest bodies of water. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Can't they fly in Sharknado?
They
Basically.
can do whatever in Shark
Right.
Tale.
That
Yeah.
was like the whole premise, right? They were
Yeah,
like,
they were
Right.
we're gonna-
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
okay.
I'm an idiot.
Right.
Lister's Mate says, what about Jaws 19? That's in 3D and the shark attacked Marty McFly. Yes, it did in Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
Great scene. Danny Cam has a question for you guys, but I'm going to save that till later, Danny, till we get to talk about their show, Dungeons and Randomness. But please put your question later so we don't forget it. Thank you for doing that, though. All right. So, Bree, do you have a choice? Answer?
I do. Okay, my confession, I can swim. I swim very well. But I have not seen many shark movies. I've barely seen the first Jaws, and then I know about the fourth Jaws because I watched the Nostalgia Critic episode. But I researched because I was like, oh no, what am I going to say? And I found a movie right before we went live called Ghost Shark. And I want to live in that universe because there's a ghost shark. And I'd probably die because I went and looked at all the stills, and there's a still of a guy being ripped in half by a ghost shark coming up inside of him.
Okay, in the premise for Ghost Shark.
Yes.
Wow.
They go into the rules. So the ghost
Yep.
shark is a ghost that is a shark, but can go on land as long as it's raining. And like, I don't know why. It's there has to be enough moisture for the shark.
For the fans to appear.
But
Yes,
it's a
that's the
ghost,
rule.
so I don't understand. What's it gonna do? Die? Like, I don't
Oh my
get.
God.
it literally, like, in the summer, it was like, it can go on land, it can go on sea, it can also go other places. And I'm like, but those are the 2 places.
Space. That's for the sequel.
What other places? What has a moisture level that is sufficient to permit the survival of the shark? I feel like this could really degenerate fast if we go down that path.
I have already sent the movie to my roommate, your wife, in the other room.
Yeah,
she's agreed that we're going to watch this film together because we love watching bad horror movies. But that's the world I want to live in because there are ghost sharks in it, which means there are probably other ghosts, and I think ghosts are cool. And I'd probably die, but that's okay.
All right. In the chat, Chris Hadley says, I've seen the original Jaws like 10 times. Awesome. Kenneth says, ghosts are nothing but pranksters. They never hurt anybody directly, except unless you're a ghost shark, I guess. Danny Cam says, Deep Blue Sea. An effing shark ate me. Samuel L. Jackson, he's quoting in there. That's actually going to work into my answer later, Deep Blue Sea. I love that movie. All right, there we go. I guess we'll share some ones that came in earlier on Facebook and Twitter. Starting with Facebook, Johnny Pappas says, I start off with a bigger boat. It's always good. Yeah, that's always solid. Solid advice. Carrie Johnson says, I'd be in The Shallows, which, by the way, is a great movie. I agree with you, Carrie. I love that movie. And I survive because Blake Lively is a badass and I never leave her side. That's super smart on so many levels because Blake Lively is a super badass in that movie and she's awesome and it's Blake Lively. So why would you want to leave her side in any situation? Tell
us how you really feel, Jeff.
Yeah. So Sarah Moore says, I would survive because I am the shark. Ovs.
Yes.
Ovs. If you know Sarah, that's a very Sarah answer.
Perfect.
What else did we get on Facebook?
Okay. Such great answers from Rachel Marshall. She said, I've read these books 15 years ago and waited years for this movie to be made. I'm assuming she's talking about The Meg.
I had no idea. Okay. I had no idea it was a book.
Based on a book?
Until she told me that.
I didn't either. And I feel like so much in Hollywood is based off of books. So, I mean, maybe I should have assumed. But anyway, yeah. So she said, I saw it twice already and obsessed. I would want to be in the sequel and I would kick ass. I would survive by cutting its heart out like Jonas did in the first book. Yeah.
Yeah, so series of books.
Cut out its heart and really get in there, eat it, take its power.
I don't know if he ate it.
Dothraki style. I know.
Yeah.
It always
it's
comes back to the Dothraki on this show, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Amber said, I wouldn't survive any shark movie. I'd be the first one dead. So good for you for knowing
There you go.
yourself.
Jason and her will compete for the first one.
There you go. That's right, Jason. Know thyself, right? To thine own self be true. I don't know. And then Charles Gillespie said, I'd survive by not getting in the water and nuking the shark from orbit.
It's hardcore.
That is hardcore. I mean, never mind all the people, everywhere. Let's just nuke it. Okay, that's good. I love it. And then on Twitter, we had a couple at A Bad Wolf said, I'd survive them all. Stay out of the water. And in the case of Sharknado, get in a sealed bunker. Agreed. At Best Practicer said, I'm not a fan of shark movies, but I'm sure I could defeat a shark with magic missile.
Hey, there you go.
I like that one.
See, I don't think anybody's ever attacked a shark with magic missile, so that could very well work.
Yeah. Take it by surprise. It would never see it coming,
And also on Twitter, Carlos Bathory 69 says, the first Sharknado movie, and he says with the Leono sword. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if he means Lion-O sword from Thundercats possibly, which would be amazing. That would be amazing if that's what he means.
Lion-O sword.
Maybe it's a typo. Yeah, it's probably just a typo. All right, so I'm down with that. And Mr. Marks, who is my co-host on DC Action Hour, is my favorite tweet because I had no idea this was happening. The new Sharknado time travel movie. If I have to face killer sharks, I want cool scenery and a chainsaw. Yes, the next Sharknado movie, which I guess is the last one, has time travel in it. Of course it does.
I know.
Of course it does.
Look, I'm a fan of Fast and the Furious, and it's no less ridiculous.
No. It's not as ridiculous as Sharknado at all. Come on.
I love Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious got much more serious later on.
Yes, but it ramps up. By the time the Rock's introduced,
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying, I don't feel like the Sharknado people are taking this as seriously as they should anymore. I feel like...
Right.
Now you're just being silly.
Yeah, right. They started off like Oscar caliber, and then they just really went downhill.
Yeah, it really did. Funny how that happens around here.
Oh, Mark's just joined us in the live chat on YouTube. He says D&D versus Sharknado. Yeah, that would be the whole magic missile thing. Yeah.
No.
That's right.
I'm sure there's been sharks and plenty of D&D tales, actually, that people have done.
Yeah.
All right. Ever have any sharks on Dungeons and Randomness yet?
Not sharks. We had a kraken.
We did have
Krakens are good. Those are classic.
Yeah. Very good.
They're up there, though.
It ate Jamie's pet.
It did eat Jamie's pet.
That's really sad. Jeez.
Well, the problem was she named it and then got attached, and then
yeah,
you don't do that.
That was the first mistake right there.
It's really Jamie's fault.
Terrible.
I'm hearing. Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Jason will give some more great Dungeon Master advice later in the show, folks.
Jeff, what's your answer to the shark question?
Okay, so I follow. Oh, we just lost Lisa.
No.
Oh no!
Turn your video on.
I hear you.
Turn your video on.
Wait, I can't see you. My Skype window closed. All right. I'll try to figure this out. You guys keep
All
going.
right. So sorry, folks. I know the screen is slightly wacky right now, folks, but as soon as she comes back on, it'll fix itself if you're watching us. All right, so I am going to go with Deep Blue Sea. There, she's back. So Deep Blue Sea is a movie from 1999. It's a really cool shark movie. Samuel L. Jackson is in it. So here's the thing. That movie is about, it actually has somewhat of a cool plot. They're trying to cure Alzheimer's by getting the brain stuff from sharks. And so she makes these three super smart sharks. But of course that goes wrong. And the sharks, of course, try to attack them. So what I would want to do is, so dolphins are my favorite animal, whatever you want to call it. I want to get a band of super intelligent dolphins to help me against these sharks. So what I want now, I could just hold on to the dolphins and run away. But what I would really want them to do is have the super intelligent dolphins convince the super smart sharks to write a hit musical and take their aquatic musical extravaganza on tour around the world, and the sharks won't hurt anyone anymore. Because they'll be too busy doing their musical. There you go.
I love it.
That's awesome.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you. All right. Do you have an answer?
Actually, Angela, my friend Angela, who is watching, and I are on the same page because that was my answer. Even though it's not a shark movie, technically, it has a prominent and very healthy portrayal of a shark. Finding Nemo. Bruce the shark. Bruce the shack. Fish are friends, not food. And so I would survive because no matter what kind of fish I was, Bruce wasn't going to come after me, provided that he wasn't set into a frenzy by some errant blood in the water. But provided that doesn't happen, I feel pretty good about my chances of survival. So that's my answer.
Yeah. In the live chat, Mark says, haha, we were worried a Sharknado got you, Lisa. She's spinning around in her chair.
That's right. Help me.
Danny is starting to sing Under the Sea from Little Mermaid, probably because I said musical. Very good. Yep. It's a great song. All right. Angela just says, yes. Agreeing with you. All right, there we go. There's our shark movie answers. Folks, you can still, of course, put your answers in or tweet them at @SuperGeekedUp. Thanks for all that awesome stuff. Sharks are popular. All right, cool. All right, so now we're going to go into our first geeky game of the night. Oh, Angela said Deep Blue Sea had that sweet soundtrack featuring LL Cool J. Yes, I forgot. LL Cool J's in that movie, too.
His hand is like a shark's fin.
Who, LL Cool J?
That's what he says. I don't know why he says it, but he says it.
He says it in the song?
In the song?
Yes, that's the chorus.
My hand is like a shark's fin?
Yeah. I don't know how. I think if you do it like this, like that, like... I don't know.
All right, when we have LL Cool J on the show, we'll ask him to explain the meaning behind those in-depth lyrics. He's the chef in that movie, by the way. That's his role. He cooks stuff.
I haven't seen. He has a parrot, right?
What? What is he? A pirate?
Doesn't he have a parrot? No, he had like a parrot that he talked to. I haven't seen the movie in 20 years.
He may have a bird. I don't remember. Possibly.
I don't remember.
I may just be making that up. I don't know.
Had a parrot. That's all I remember about that movie. And Samuel Jackson gets eaten. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's an amazing scene, though. Anyways, Jane Del Favero. Excuse me, Jane. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
Jane.
Oh, is one of your buddies?
Yeah.
Good. Awesome. She says the dolphins could wear jetpacks, then they could have a touring production of West Side Story. Like where you're going with that idea.
Fun with
Love
the
it.
snaps.
Yep.
They could close their jaws really fast.
Well, maybe if the dolphins had fins like a human hand, the opposite of LL Cool J, what he did.
Oh, good.
And then
That's
it's
something of a
dolphins
nightmare.
are
All
laughing.
right.
Yeah, it's the dolphin version of LL Cool J.
Makes sense. They're like hands.
Oh,
They could do some version of Mama Said Knock You Out, right, to the sharks or something.
yeah.
I think there's a reason everyone remembers Mama Said Knock You Out and not My Hand Is Like a Shark's Fin. I feel like one of them stood the test of time and one of them didn't.
My hat's like a shark's fin.
Yeah, Carrie
That's
Johnson
like
says
Carrie
his hat is like a shark's fin is the lyric because he wears a Kangol hat.
Kangol doesn't even have a brim, does it? No, it
I have
does.
no clue what a
It's
Kangol
in the
is.
back.
This is even better, though, that it was a hat and you thought it was a hand.
That makes less sense, I feel like.
No, the hat looks like a fin. I could see that.
It looks like a fin. It looks like a fin.
Well, whatever.
Whoa.
Thank you, Carrie. And then Angela says, Jets, sharks, snap battle. Yeah, it is like West Side Story. Yeah, the dolphins have jetpacks. They're jets, and the sharks are the sharks.
All right, I love it. Let's please make this happen.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, now we're going to go to our first geeky game. It's called Tangent Tales. So how this works is I am going to read the beginning of a story I wrote earlier today. And then at some point, I am going to kind of end the story on a bit of a cliffhanger type thing. And I'm going to kick it to one of these guys, and they have to continue the story in however way they so desire. And they're going to take the story for a while. They're going to pass it to someone else. And then we're going to keep passing it around until we all go on at least once, and then anybody can end it at that point. Danny Cam, by the way, on YouTube says, I love how LL Cool J teaches you the perfect way to make an omelet. So even if you die, you can make baller breakfast in heaven or hell.
Was that a part of the movie?
Yeah, I think he's the chef, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
I don't remember
useful.
anything about this movie. I thought I did, and I didn't.
Go watch it again. It's really good.
Okay.
All right. So trying to keep a bit of a fantasy vibe going through here based on our guests. I have started this tale in the land of the movie Willow because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Yes. But it's okay if you don't know anything about Willow. It doesn't matter because you can do whatever you want to the story. Don't worry about it. All right. So this is going because it seemed like Jason was like, damn it, I haven't seen Willow.
I haven't seen Willow.
That's one that's on our list of like, I need to show you Willow.
Apparently, I had no childhood. I feel like I did, and I didn't.
Dark Crystal? Well, no.
I officially didn't have a childhood.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Those are the two.
It's never too late, Jason.
I
Don't
never
worry
seen
about
Neverending
it.
Story either.
Oh, no, you really did not have a childhood.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
But we watched 3 together.
Yeah.
You made me sit down and watch 3 again.
I didn't know there was a 3. I thought there was only 2.
Oh, there's a 3. It's
We had to do a commentary for it for Patreon. It was bad.
It's really bad.
In the chat, Kenneth Starr says, Willow is the tits.
Yeah,
That's
Willow
right.
is great, man.
And
Willow's
Lister's Mate
awesome.
says, bring out Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis plays Willow, if you're not familiar with the movie. He's amazing.
So good.
Yeah, Val Kilmer's in it. It's great. He's Matt Mardigan, greatest swordsman who's ever
Love
lived.
Val Kilmer. So dreamy. So
Saoirse.
dreamy.
Being yelled at.
You're just being yelled at. James, like, Jason.
What are you
Oh, yeah.
thinking?
Lanier says, how old are you on this show without seeing these movies?
Yeah.
And then Jane
I feel
just
like I
telling
failed
you.
the
You're right.
test.
I think it's a good opportunity, right, to remember that all of us are at different stages in our geeky journey, right? And some of us are we're into some fandoms and not others, and that's what makes it great because we discover different things that we love, and that's what makes Super Geeked Up so awesome.
That's a
Well
good cover.
said.
Thank you.
No, but that is very much what we believe in our show. So that's well said. Mark's Pile says, Willow, heroes come in little packages, all you need to know. That is kind of like the theme of that.
Fair enough.
Chris Hatley says he saw it in a school assembly. Shit, I wish I went to your school, man. I wish we were watching Willow in school.
Oh, wow.
What? Damn.
And Lanier says I should make a list of movies geeked up people should watch. Sure. I'd like to see that list. Bunch of stuff I haven't seen.
Put it together. Let's put it up on the blog or something, right?
Yeah,
Like here's
for sure.
a list of recommended films.
Angela says, yay, inclusive geekery. Absolutely. That is what we're all about. Thank you, Angela.
Only kind as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, Jason, do not use what I'm about to say as a basis for watching Willow because the movie's really good and this is going to kind of suck probably.
Oh, wow, that is selling yourself short. Just
Like, I am a writer, but this is something I just did, real fast. So
yeah, remember, be like Julia Child. Don't apologize in advance for the cooking, okay? Right. It doesn't matter if the chicken fell on the floor, okay? Just, nobody saw it, so just serve it, okay?
All right, so if you have seen the movie Willow, folks, this is going to take place right after the end of that movie, more or less. Here we go. Willow Ufgood had just returned to his small village after saving the baby Alora Dannon from the evil Queen Bavmorda. One day, as he tended to his crops, a strange sound filled the air, followed by unnatural gusts of wind. A woman appeared out of nowhere, as if floating off the ground. She seemed to climb down an invisible ladder and strode confidently to Willow. She was the tallest woman Willow had ever seen, dressed as a warrior and carrying a sword, shield, and golden lasso. He might have said she looked like an Amazon if he had any idea what an Amazon was. I am Diana of Themyscira, she stated. You are Willow Ufgood. Willow wasn't sure if that was a question or a statement. Hi, he said eloquently. You must come with me, Diana told him. I need your help to fight a great evil. Oh man, I just finished saving the world, Willow replied. I had to save this baby and fight this evil queen. It really threw off my whole schedule. I was really hoping to catch up on some sleep. Maybe Mad Mardigan or Sorcerer or even the brownies could go with you. No, it must be you. You are a great magician, Diana said. Yeah, about that, Willow started to reply, but he never got to finish as she grabbed him and yanked him along after her. Willow was going to protest, but she seemed like a woman you didn't really want to argue with. Well, take my invisible jet, she told him helpfully. Invisible jet, Willow exclaimed, having no idea what a jet was. How are we going to find it if it's invisible? Ow! Never mind, found it. Diana hauled him into the jet, and they roared into the sky. It was exhilarating and nauseating at the same time. Willow felt like he was going to be sick. There's a bag under the seat if you need it, Diana informed him. Try not to get it all over like Batman did last week. It took me forever to get the smell out. Willow was contemplating what kind of a freakish creature a Batman was when a boom tube, aka a portal between dimensions, opened in front of them. The jet screamed through it and emerged. Jason?
See, you wrote a book. I feel like that's not fair.
Well, you don't have to say anything that long. You can do whatever you like. That's just the opening is usually longer.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Just go with it.
Okay.
I had time to think about it. That's okay.
Well, that's the other thing. So I'm thinking on the other side of this portal, ghost sharks everywhere.
Ghost sharks, great.
Ghost sharks. So you need a magician to fight ghost sharks. You can't just take a sword or an axe and fight ghost sharks. So it's also got to be raining because everyone knows ghost sharks can only attack in the air while it's raining. So I picture it just storming all the time in this world. And then the ghost sharks start to attack the invisible jet. Bree.
Oh, darn. Okay. So the ghost sharks are attacking the invisible jet. But because they're ghost sharks, they can just go straight through it if they wanted to. Just like they went through that one guy.
That's true.
And then became corporeal, like when Nightcrawler did it to the Blob. So, I imagine there's now a ghost shark in the plane, and Willow does not know what to do. This is all very scary for him. Because his life was very quiet up until the baby thing, and then it got exciting for a minute, but not this exciting.
So when it flies into the jet, is it just like flopping around in the jet?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the movie. I'm going to imagine yes.
Okay.
It's flopping around now.
I don't think anybody's seen this particular movie. We're just
no one's seen Ghost Shark.
I think we get to make up the rules.
Okay.
So, But when they passed through the boom tube, both Batman and Superman showed up. Superman's not very helpful. He's not good against ghosts. But Batman knows that ghosts are afraid of other ghosts, so he throws the ghost sharks, anyway, are afraid of ghosts. So he's going to throw a sheet over Willow.
What?
Lisa, take it away.
Okay.
Work with that. I don't know.
Willow is disoriented, confused. Diana yells to him, "Pretend like you're a ghost." Willow just immediately starts going, "Woo!" And of course, Batman and Superman are laughing, but the ghost shark is rendered completely immobile, and it's like haunted, and then it's under Willow's thrall. So Willow kind of moves away from the shark, and the shark follows him, and suddenly The shark speaks, the jaws fall open. What is thy bidding, my master? Jeff, over to you.
Okay, so he said that to Willow? The shark said that to Willow?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Shark thrall.
Willow says... okay, so Willow says, eat Batman as Superman so I can be alone with Diana. So the shark goes after Batman and Superman. Luckily, Superman grabs Batman and whisks away, and the shark follows him really fast.
This all checks out. This math all checks out.
Right. So now, so then Diana and Willow are left once again in the plane, which is very wet from the shark. And Diana proclaims her love for Willow because he was so amazing that he saved the day. But Willow says, I'm sorry, I have to go back to my family. I'm a married man. You'll just have to survive without me. I know how amazing I am, though. And he goes back home, and there the end.
Perfect.
Oh my God. Great job, Jeff. Give it up for Jeff, you guys.
Thanks. No, give it up to everybody. Awesome job. I love it. The sheet was great.
I like that you didn't know Willow, so you decided if I'm not going to know the universe,
nope.
No one gets to know the universe. We're going to Ghost Shark territory.
I love it. Just go screaming into the unknown.
Yeah, we put the only, we didn't put any, the one DC hero that would make sense.
Who?
Aquaman.
Oh, Aquaman. Oh, yeah. Right. Anyway, so someone, I'm trying to scroll back through the chat here while that was going on. Blair had said, will this go 50 Shades of Grey sharks? And he also said, is this a fan fiction when I was reading mine? Yes, Blair, that is the beginning to my fan fiction, actually, about Willow and Wonder Woman. So listeners and Carrie started talking about the show Sliders, which I love that show, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Oh, yeah.
Which they traveled between parallel universes, yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to scroll through else. AK, the other guy on Twitch says, this is the longest did you order a pizza intro to a porn ever. Okay. And then a whole bunch of other stuff. Sorry, Carrie said about the Aquaman. Chris Hadley says, yay, Jeff, yay, guys, applause. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Chris. DC Sharkman is what Kenneth says. Yeah, new hero in the DC universe, Sharkman. But he's defeated by anyone who wears a sheet.
That's
right.
Everyone's got a weakness, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think, yeah.
Quick, do we have a white sheet anywhere?
Make the sound. Make the sound.
All right, folks, that was Tangent Tales. Hope you enjoyed that.
I know I did.
Yes. All right, here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at Twitter here. Somebody tweeted Narnia, and I'm trying to see what was. Oh, that's our second question. Okay, we'll get to that later. Question. All right, I was like, that doesn't have to do with sharks. All right.
How dare you?
All right, so before we get to talk to our guest here, I want to say it's a birthday of one of our loyal viewers. So a happy birthday to Norbert, who is at StellarOrbNorb on Twitter. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sir.
Should I do like a Marilyn Monroe, like singing like a song for him? Happy birthday, Mr. Norbert.
That was really good, actually. It's very Marilyn Monroe, yeah.
Oh, stop it.
I'm sure he very much enjoyed that.
I hope he did. Happy birthday.
Yeah. No, he's great. He actually, I think he may be watching live. He's over in Germany, actually, so he watches really early in the morning if he's watching us. So thank you. And then, excuse me, Kenneth the Star on the chat had said, damn it, man, I only have gray sheets. No, I'm sorry. You're screwed, Kenneth. That's not going to stop the Sharkman.
Sharkman's going to get you.
Will not work. Going to bite you in the butt. Sorry.
In the butt. All right. It's better than some other places, I suppose.
I know, right? I mean, at least you got some, place spare. Well, some of us have more than others, I guess, but.
All right. On that note, why don't we segue to our guests? So Jason and Bree do an awesome show called Dungeons and Randomness. Do you want to tell people about it?
Sure. I thought you were going to ask us how much butt we have, because
yeah.
No.
Between the two of us, enough for one person.
Yes, I have no butt. That is the
no childhood, no butt. Okay.
No childhood, no butt.
The deprivation here. I feel like we need to go in more detail. But also, thank you for including the butt information, because as a pervert, I'm keenly interested in details like that.
It's the first line in our iTunes description. I feel like that's the thing that sells people on the show. Dungeons and Randomness is a show we've been doing for 6.5 years now. It started out as just I always wanted to play D&D and just never did growing up. There wasn't like a place to hang out and do that. It wasn't like a cool thing to do. I was in the Magic the Gathering card club. I don't mean to brag.
I believe it was called the Magic Card Club in
Yeah.
the yearbook that I found online.
Was it called the No Butt Club?
Brilliant.
No, it was whoever you thought was in that club is exactly who's in it. Like that was that picture of those dudes. So I always wanted to play D&D, and I never had a chance. So I sat my buddies down one day and said, "Hey, do you want to play this if I host it?" And they were kind enough to say yeah, and we just had a blast. So one group became 2 groups, became 3 groups and 4 groups, and they all exist in the same world, the same timeline. So if one group goes to a town and butchers some people or does some things, that carries over for the next group if they wander into that town later in the timeline. Like, it all counts. And it's been one campaign for 6.5 years now. We invented a world, Theria, and we've just been fleshing that out for years and years. Yeah. Bree came on the 3rd group.
Yes.
And slowly but surely, we just started working together and became partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was typing in the chat, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, not at all. We were lucky enough about 4 years ago. We had a very successsill Kickstarter, and that allowed us to kind of do this as our full-time jobs. We're on Patreon, and we basically record 15 shows a month.
Yep.
And just get it out to people, and people seem to dig it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool, man. You get to do what you love.
That's so great. What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing about what you do? If you had to say one thing.
Freak. Yeah, so I love DMing, and that's a thing that doesn't get glorified much. I think that's the thing.
It should.
Well, people don't want that job,
right?
Because you'd rather be told a story than tell someone a story, or So I've always liked that, because I need to be in control of every little thing, and if I'm not, I'm uncomfortable. So I'd rather be a DM than a player. I like prepping notes and setting up dungeons and towns and NPCs and stuff. Yeah. What about you?
I'm the exact opposite. I hate being the DM. I love playing characters, and I've played about 5 or 6 characters now on the show. 3 or 4 of them long term, then a few that just popped in and then left. I just like coming up with backstories for them and seeing how you weave it into the overall plot, because it's always really cool. And I get invested in other people's stories too, like the rest of my group and all of that. So yeah, that's definitely my bread and butter, is just making a character and getting inside their head and role playing. I've been role playing since I was 10 years old. That was when I first started playing D&D, and then I started role playing on Guy Online and stuff. So
awesome.
I just really enjoy role playing, and I get to do that at least once a month, usually twice or 3 times.
Yeah, and that's one of the coolest things is I present the world and stuff like that, but it's constantly changing and malleable, and you guys, there are 18 members of the cast. So there are 3 6-person groups, and every time they move or change or do anything or interact with anybody, that changes the world in subtle little ways, like a butterfly effect. And that's really cool, because then I'm given something that I can take and go, okay, well, how would this character react? And I'm writing things, and I get to hand it back to another group, and they change it. So it's like a game of hot potato and telephone, kind of. It's weird. It's really cool.
Lots of stuff in the chat. Jane says, I would pay to see Jason be a player.
You've been a player once. In an episode that has yet to air.
Yeah, it's somewhere. We did like a crossover with Super Effective, and it's somewhere out there in the world. I think I was mostly quiet because I just like, I'm not in control here.
I remember afterwards you were like, yeah, I like being a DM.
Yeah.
It was nothing against them. It was just like, I don't like being a player. I want to control everything.
Mark says, being a DM is a lot of work, but can be super rewarding. Angela says, my husband actually prefers to be DM. He creates really intricate roles. Kenneth says, speaking as a DM, nobody wants to be a DM. And Daddy Cam says, that is truly living the dream, what you guys are doing. That's great. Absolutely.
We're crazy lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah. I'm with you. I started off as a player, and I started DMing like about a year and a half ago. But I actually found it just as rewarding as being a player. So
yeah,
I dig it. Yeah,
good.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, but I was hesitant at first too. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. But yeah, so I would encourage people to try it if you're hesitant to.
It gets a bad rap. Like if you have a group, it's nice to take turns because some people will naturally gravitate to that role if they give it a shot, and some people just find that it's not for them.
Absolutely. Cool. So there's like, do you say there's 6 different things going on, campaigns in the world?
Well, we all count it as one campaign. Yeah. We did an Arc 1, which was 200 episodes. That was our first 5 years doing this. We started Arc 2 last year, and we're about 40 episodes deep into that. We changed groups up, and there's always about 18 people on the cast. So there are 3 6-person groups. And it's just it's a story about how they live in the world. It's not necessarily like we've done huge branching storylines and all that, but it's mostly their decisions, how they interact with people in the world, and just living their day to day. Like because in a standard D&D campaign, they're just called adventurers and they're out. But we like to focus on, okay, well, once a quest giver is given a quest, what do they do with the rest of their day? And once an adventuring party has done the quest, what do they do after that? How do they spend their gold? How do they spend their free time? And how do they just live in this universe?
Our show's based a lot on relationships and things like that, which that's another thing that I really appreciate about our game is it's not just fighting, get the loot, come back.
Right.
Well, then you fell in love with this tiefling gentleman. You settled down and had 2 kids, and it's just
right.
Sold.
Which is exactly what happened, and it's
that happened to my first character.
And it makes those highs when you accomplish something, when you slay the big bad, when you get the girl or boy, when you get the gold, when you get the weapon. That makes those highs even more dizzying because you're connected to the world, and it makes the lows way worse. When something bad happens to somebody, it's heartbreaking because they had a family or they had, they're connected to things.
Sure.
Absolutely. So I'm just to look at this chat here again. Danny Camp says, if you love telling a story, you'll like being a DM. Very much. Lisa started putting in the chat that she just tried the Cypher system recently and loved it.
I did,
and then, Mark's chimed in that it's a great system. Mark's actually introduced me to that system. He says, nice rules-like game. You'll have to try it. A Fate game. Fate is actually probably my favorite system right now. I run a lot of Fate myself. I highly recommend that to anybody out there, particularly if you're new to gaming. It's a great system to try out first.
Good.
D&D 5e is also, though I think it's at a good stage for new people as well. This edition of D&D. All right, cool. Lots of gaming chat going on actually in there. That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
And then Flutter Johns is finally able to catch the stream. Just popped in on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Hey.
I've got a little screen up here where I'm going to put the thanks. But why don't you tell people where they can find you guys online, listen, do all that good stuff.
We're on iTunes and Android. If you search for Dungeons and Randomness, if you search for Dungeons and Dragons, we're right at the top of the list. We're the first 3 or 4 that pop up.
We're also on Spotify.
Yep, we're on Spotify if that's where you get stuff. Or you can just go to dandrpodcast.com, and there's all kinds of links for everything. We just put a trailer up for what we're going to be doing at DragonCon, which is the first time we've ever played live in front of a crowd. There's going to be like 200 people there. We're really excited about that and nervous.
Yeah.
So it's going to be it's every once in a while in our world there are these big kind of potentially cataclysmic events. We've had this huge race war thing. We've had battles of kingdoms and all kinds of stuff. And this involves a potentially large, scary dragon coming back to life and hurting a lot of people. So we'll see if Yeah, we'll see if that happens at
Stakes are
DragonCon.
high. Wow. Dang, I'm like nervous already for you guys.
In YouTube, Jane says, and we get invested in the characters too, which can get scary during heavy battles. David B. Miller Jr. says, the DragonCon trailer is awesome. Check it out, people.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Right. Yeah. So speaking, actually, why don't we go right to DragonCon now, because you guys and me, we're all going to be there. You guys are doing a few panels, right? Besides what you just mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah, like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Cool.
pull it up, but
All
think
in the gaming track.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we were on the podcast track the first year we were there, and that wasn't for us. Yeah, we belonged on gaming. And we met Rush, and he pretty much brought us into the gaming track, and we've been there every year. We're doing DMing 101 with Monty Cook and Shauna Germain. We're doing advanced dungeon mastering with Keith Baker.
Yep.
We're doing our own panel about Dungeons and Randomness, just for new listeners, old listeners, telling behind the scenes stories and all that. And then we're doing a big the big live play thing. You're the Dragon, and we got
role playing.
Oh,
that's the only one you forgot.
Yeah, we're doing one with us and Shauna Germain, where we're just talking about how to role play, how to bring characters to life, how to interact with others, because it's not just about you bringing. You can be invested in your characters, but it's kind of a trust fall. You have to be invested in other people's stories too,
right?
So they'll they kind of pay it forward. So we're gonna. What are you guys doing at DragonCon?
Thank you for asking, sir.
Yeah.
This will be my second year at DragonCon. I had a total blast. It shot up to my list of like all my all-time favorite cons.
It's crazy, dude. It's
so fun.
Oh,
I'm doing 2 many panels to mention right now because I'm doing like 13. But
good Lord,
I know. I will mention though that we're doing Super Geeked Up, the show you're watching right now, live on stage. That'll be Saturday, September 1st, 5:30 p.m. at the Hilton in Galleria 6 as part of the podcast track. We had a standing room only crowd last year, so it was awesome. And I'm looking forward to that again. We're doing our DC Action Hour show with Mark Spile. That's my co-host. We're debuting that this year. We're doing a beginner's guide to Dungeons and Dragons, and it's part of the gaming track. So we're doing the beginning. You'll take the advanced stuff. It'll be all good.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And speaking of actual live plays, we're going to do the Princess Bride RPG live play at the con.
The Princess Bride is an RPG.
Well, it's actually not even.
That's true. Yeah,
it's not even officially out yet, actually. So we're getting to do a little sneak peek.
Oh, that's so cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. I got a great group of people, including Mark's actually, who's going to be one of the players. I'm going to run it. So and lots of other stuff I'll be doing there. I'm going to put the full schedule up on our site soon, folks. If you're interested, if you're going to DragonCon, it's supergeekedup.com. All right. Yeah, it's only 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Friday it starts. Getting close, folks.
I'd ask Alexa, but she's dead now.
Good. That's
all right. Oh, Angela says DragonCon from my old hometown, Atlanta, Hotlanta. What? All right. Excited.
All right.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, maybe even though we'll both be very busy, maybe we'll get to run into each other. Hopefully.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to get to hang out there. Super cool. All right, cool. Hope to see somebody at DragonCon. I highly recommend it if you've never been. It's a great con.
It's so fun.
Yeah, super cool. They do a great job there. A Flutter John. Oh, I know who this is. This is yeah. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't recognize the name. It says the beginners D&D at Comic-Con was great. Highly recommended. I ran that at San Diego Comic-Con. He was there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. He came out to our gaming sessions we did afterwards too. Very much appreciated.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Blair Beverage on Twitch says DragonCon is at the top of my con desires now. Oh, good. We convinced you, Blair. That's fantastic.
Me too, Blair. Me too.
I was spoiled. So DragonCon was the first con I'd ever been to.
Oh, wow.
That was the first one. And then we went to a smaller con.
Yep.
I am so spoiled by DragonCon.
All right, here's the thing. He's done the gambit because I've gone to a lot of medium-sized cons and cosplay and stuff, and it's been great. So I was like, I want to take Jason to a medium-sized con. And I looked up the numbers and was like, this is a medium-sized con. I think they might have lied about the numbers because there were not that many people there. It was a very small con. So...
Because like 80,000 people for DragonCon, and there was like 500?
Maybe. And online it said there were like 2,000.
Yeah, no.
There's no way there were 2,000 people. Anyway, but you've seen both Gambits. You've never seen the middle. You've only ever seen Dragon Con and Unnamed Con because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Right. No.
Those are the only two you've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I've also run the full gamut, and like you said, but you know what? They're all great. You can, if it's a con, it's a few hundred people. If it's San Diego with 130,000, you know what? It's awesome, and you find awesome people there, and you get to geek out. So that's what it's all about.
It's like your children, right? You love them all in different ways, but let's be honest, there's one that you love most of all. Yeah? Yeah? No? Okay.
Yeah, we all have our favorites. Ashley Cartmill on YouTube says, I wonder if the Princess Bride RPG has you play the classic characters or new characters? That's a great question, Ashley. I can tell you that it's really up to you. It's set up to make your own characters, but there's nothing saying you couldn't play the classic ones if you wanted to, like Inigo Montoya or Wesley or whatever you want. All those archetypes are in there in the game. So yeah, check. It's coming. It should be coming this fall, the full thing. But you can get the quick start guide free online if you just for the Princess Bride.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
That's what we'll be using to run it. All right, there we go. Very good. All right, so we got some more stuff. We're gonna do some geek tweets and another game, but Lisa has some news, so I will turn things over to her.
I do have some news. So I just wanted to let you guys know that due to some personal reasons, I'm going to be on hiatus from the show for the foreseeable future. Obviously not an easy decision to make in the slightest. And I've really enjoyed my time and it's been super great. And you can still catch me on my social media and I'll be looking forward to continue to interacting with you. And yeah, you just won't see me as much for the time being here on the show. So I will definitely miss geeking out with you on the show, but I'm hoping that we'll still be able to geek out in other ways.
Yeah, folks. So, I have social cosplay, which I just put up. Obviously, make sure you hit Lisa up there if you haven't already. Obviously, please join me in thanking, Lisa for her awesome work on the show. And thank you guys very much for showing her all your love, as you always do to everybody who's on our show.
Yes,
you guys rock.
Thank you so much. It's been so great, and all the support and just making me feel like a part of the family. It's awesome. So thank you all so much, and I love you. Mwah. And yes.
Absolutely. And folks, we actually, our good buddy Francis Fernandez, who's actually on Twitch right now, I think will be guest co-hosting next week. So he'll be here with me. And in 2 weeks, we will not have a show because I'll be traveling to Dragon Con, just as a heads up. So next week, all is normal, but in 2 weeks, no show. And then we're back to normal after that on Wednesdays. All right, cool. Okay. Oh, Aiden ate it, looks like, on YouTube says, so happy to see Dungeons and Randomness getting publicity. Love you guys so much.
Aw, right. Thank you.
Thanks, Aiden. All right. Yeah, lots of fans in the chat. Good. All right, folks, before we continue on here, don't forget, if you want to, since we have some new viewers, actually, when I go to cons, I like to give out some cool free stuff. And our friends at Evil Hat Productions, who make the fake games, if you want to join our email list, I'm going to put this code up right now. They're going to send you some free stuff, some free RPG stuff, and we'll send you some comics too. So if you just text SGU to 22828, you will get some cool free digital stuff. And all that's going to do is sign you up for our email list. And all you're going to get there is occasional email about what cons we're going to be at. So please do that if you would like to sign up there. And now we're going to continue the show and go to our second Geek Tweet question.
Yes, we are. So Dungeons and Randomness is set in the fictional land of Theria, which you know by now if you've been paying attention, which I know you have been. And the question this week is, if you could live in any fictional land, where would you go and what would you do there? Jeff, kick us off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't expect to go to me.
It was you. You were identified.
Wait, wait, do you want me to share Facebook or are you asking for my answer? What do you...
Yeah, I was like, go to Facebook. No, but we can start with the guess. What am I thinking?
Yeah,
Jeez.
what the hell? Come on.
What the hell, man?
That's that, folks. She's like, I'm off the show, and I've totally forgotten how to do it now.
That's it. I don't know. I forgot how to human.
No,
Jason.
Well, I think Jeff should go first. I mean,
Fine, I will go
never
first.
gets to go first.
I will
he never
go
gets
first.
to go.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right, I'm just going to continue. I'm going to continue my theme from earlier, and I'm going to say Willow because I really do love that movie. I think I was the perfect age to see that movie when it came out. And And honestly, man, I remember after seeing it, I was just like the whole rest of like the next couple of weeks, I was just imagining myself in that world and what I would do and stuff. So yeah, I just want to hang out with Willow and Mad Mardigan and Sorsha and just like have adventures and the brownies and everybody. Do magic and stuff, you know, and learn how to be the greatest swords person ever from Mad Mardigan. So yeah, Willow, that's my choice.
I love it.
I'm thinking about this hard.
You are? Yeah. So Jason or Bree, do either of you have an answer?
No,
yeah,
you're pointing to Jason.
There you go.
Yeah, Bree, you have to go now.
Okay, so whenever I get, like, and obviously this is a very popular geeky question. Everyone always wants to know, like, it's that and what superpowers you would have. So, like, every time I hear this question, I think, what if I were, like, the lowest ranking person there? Like, okay, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, but what if I didn't have any powers? That would suck.
What if you were the dude breaking rocks? Right,
that'd be too lame. So, I don't know. I think I'd have to go Lord of the Rings or maybe Dragonlance. I'm thinking Dragonlance because you can learn magic in Dragonlance. And I think that's the key, is I want to go somewhere where I could learn to use the magic, because then, even if I was born like Raceland in a very poor neighborhood and all that, I could still go out and become powerful if I just really put my mind to it.
Right.
So I think, yeah, Kryn, I believe is how it's pronounced, the Dragonlance universe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your turn.
I'm a very self-deprecating person. You might have noticed.
I'm shocked. I'm utterly shocked.
I don't. Okay, whenever I'm big into fantasy universes, not the sci-fi portion of it, but like fantasy, like sword and sorcery, that kind of thing. I'm always into that. But I know I'd be the shitty farmer, or like the guy who gets haunted by a ghost shark, something like that. I wouldn't be high on the totem pole. I wouldn't be Gandalf. I would be the dude at the bar who gets his throat slit. Like, I'd be that guy.
Oh, no.
So, like, I'm including my world. I'm including Theria. Like, I'd still be, like, hey, could you get rid of these kobolds? Like, I'd be that guy.
You'd be the farmhand that wasn't the chosen one.
No, exactly. I'd be the guy who has to pick up the slack for the chosen one who has to leave. It's like, not going to pull double shifts. Thanks, Kevin. Like, that would be... So...
Who's Kevin?
You're killing me. You're killing me.
I'm gonna go Dragon Age because there's enough.
Shut up.
Yes. Okay.
I love Dragon Age.
Dragon Age has enough magic that I feel like I'd get something. Maybe not the most powerful, just something.
The only reason I didn't choose Dragon Age is because I want magic, and if I had magic in Dragon Age,
you'd be dead.
My life would suck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't have.
I would choose it. It's too dangerous. Dragon Age is too dangerous.
Yeah. You would be a blood mage.
Oh yeah, immediately.
Oh wow, yeah. See, we couldn't be friends because like I would.
Being a great warden's great, but you're not gonna like survive.
Yeah, you choke on the potion and die.
It'd be like apostates on the run. I love it.
Yeah. Oh.
That's terrible. That's terrible life, though, in reality.
But it's not if you're the kind of person who appreciates the adventure of being on the lam.
The adventure of being hunted by knights who want to burn you at the stake.
But like,
yeah.
In reason.
Or turn you into a mindless drone, actually, is what they really do. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But in that world, you have... Okay, so if it's like the actual BioWare games, you get to make decisions, and maybe you'd be the one to bridge the gap between normies and magic users, and you could forge a new era of peace.
That's right. That's right. It's all in your hands.
I want that to be in the next Dragon Age game. Like, hey, you normie.
Would I have all the romance options, though?
Like, it's a big open world. Sure, why not?
All right.
That's true. All right, in the YouTube chat, Aiden says, I mean, Theria is a really nice place, so long as you're not an adventurer. And then Danny Camp says, Jason, do you ever survive any of the adventures or stories you actually play?
No.
Oh, my God.
All right. What, Lisa, we got to get your answer, right?
Oh, yeah. So I think I would go to Middle Earth. Yeah, Bree, you mentioned Lord of the Rings. Middle Earth was and the Lord of the Rings trilogy was sort of like the first fandom that like really sucked me in like super hard. Like I went to the cheapy movie theater when I was in college, like by myself. Like I'm like, oh, class got canceled. I'm gonna go see the Two Towers again for the 6th time by myself because no one else will go with me because nobody else cares.
Lisa was very popular in college, folks.
Super popular. You do not even know. Yeah, me and my bootleg copy of Adobe Photoshop making Lord of the Rings computer wallpapers for myself. Yes, that is the thing that happened. Yeah.
As she was watching her VHS tapes, you recorded off the TV.
Making my banners for my Zanga, like weblog. I don't know. Shout out to Zanga if anybody remembers that. The first weblog community. Anyway, so Middle Earth is where I'm going, and I don't know what would I do. I'd probably want to, if I could be like a cool like nimble elf and just kind of be like scout maybe around Karis Galadon maybe like for Galadriel and Celeborn. That would be pretty sweet. So yeah, that would be my pick.
All right. I knew it was going to be a pick. Ashley on YouTube says,
you know me so well.
If you choose Harry Potter, do you automatically have magic? Well, that's up to you. You can totally have magic if you want, but you could be a muggle too. I don't know why you want to be a muggle, but
Danny Cam.
What is
Danny Cam reporting to you live. I would love to go to the Mass Effect world. I would love going faster than life. FTL to Uranus. You are winning at life tonight, my friend. Thank you.
It's gonna be a short trip to Uranus.
Yeah. Well, some people have more space than others.
Some people have more back there than others. We've already established that. All right.
That's right. Yes, we did. Your mileage may vary.
All right. On Facebook earlier, Anthony Davis had said, I'd go to Risa, which is from Star Trek, folks. It's the Pleasure Planet, for some Orion slave girls. I don't know why this surprises me every time because it's his answer, and it's still somehow like I'm surprised to see it. And then what did Johnny Pappas say on?
Johnny said Metropolis, outside the death and destruction.
Might be thinking a little Man of Steel there.
Yeah, kind of separate out the bad stuff.
I was about to say, which Metropolis? The one in the movies or the one in the cartoons or comics?
Yeah, good call.
There was no Metropolis at the end of Man of Steel.
Not too much. Angela says, full circle back to butts. And Mark says, more butt jokes. All right, it's a big hit today. Great. All right, so now we're going to go to our last game of the night.
That's right. This is one that is near and dear to my heart. This is One True Pairing. So we are going to choose characters from certain universes, and then some of us are going to argue about why they would make the best romantic pairing with a given character.
Yes.
So what are we going to start with?
So I think we'll start with you as the judge. And you said you're the Star Wars universe, right, Lisa?
Yes, I pick Star Wars.
All right. It would have been nice if I had just thought of a character in advance. That's okay. I'll just make one up. But what do you guys? Who do you guys want to choose from the Star Wars? Each pick a character. Got a character in mind?
I'm going to go Chewie.
I'll go Thrawn.
Oh,
that does not surprise me at all.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm currently reading Thrawn Allegiances right now, the new book from Timothy Zahn.
I am too.
I'm almost done with it.
But I'm halfway through right now.
Thrawn is the greatest villain, like outside of Darth Vader, or very close to. Yeah, it's just amazing.
So good.
So Thrawn and Chewie, right?
Yep.
Sorry. This is so stupid. But I love Ewoks, so I'm going to go with Wicket the Ewok.
Oh my God, why? No, I'm
digging the size difference. I don't know why.
Should always follow.
Hey, you went with Chewie, so I went the opposite direction.
Right.
And wait, I'm continuing my theme because Warwick Davis played Wicket in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Full circle.
And we come full circle again. You freaking mastermind, you. Damn.
Mark's in the chat. Mark says Thrawn is the man. Yes, he is. Hell yeah, man. Is. I'm so glad they've used him in the current universe as well of Star Wars. All right, Lisa, you got to choose one now that we have to argue about. Blair on Twitch, by the way, had said the Rancor. That's great.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Okay, so let me just quick aside. So I don't know if you guys have read the Shakespearean Star Wars novels. I just got my hands on one from the dollar bookstore, and it's
I didn't know they existed.
Oh, dude. Okay,
No.
I will send you a picture of the cover that I took. The Jedi Doth Return. Okay,
Wow.
and it's basically the script set forth as if Shakespeare had written it, and the Rancor Master has just an amazing soliloquy about losing his precious pet. It will just bring you to tears, much as he is brought to tears in the film, but just the internal anguish of this character is amazing. So
I know.
anyway.
The ring
book recommendation for all of you out there. Okay, so my pick for One True Pairing is Mon Mothma.
Jeez. All right. My Mothma's great. I didn't see that coming, but.
That's right. I like to keep you on your toes. Jeff has made a critical error, and the time for our attack has come.
All right.
I have to. Come on.
So we have to argue why our characters would be the best pairing with Mon Mothma.
Who would like to start?
Jason, go ahead.
Call out Jason. Poor Jason.
He's deep in thought. Oh, she's getting hints. Look, she's helping him. Wow, that's nice.
No, she's
not helping you at all. She's just sabotaging you.
I've never seen the prequels, and I'm like, is she from the prequels? I don't remember.
Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. We will. Yes, we should ask that. I'm sorry. We shouldn't assume. So Mon Mothma is the leader of the rebellion in the original trilogy, in the
when
particularly
they get ready for
Jedi.
the big trench run. She's the one standing next to the hologram. Like she's the
Okay.
With that Akbar and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I remember now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this just comes down to just math. I'm running the numbers, and big spoon Chewie, little spoon Mon Mothma, cuddle pile. Like just who do you want cuddling up to you on a cold, spacey night? You want a Wookiee. Who's gonna protect you? A Wookiee. I mean, you got to let him win every once in a while if you're going to play board games or something at home. But other than that, you want a Wookiee.
All right. Very succinct.
Good argument.
Yes, keep it to the point. Judges love that, by the way. No bullshit. I like it.
Bree.
All right. On the game angle, because we all know a Chewie will rip off your arm if you beat him at chess or something.
It's true.
Thrawn.
That was the most dismissive. It's like, whatever.
Thrawn will present a challenge. What is sexier than a challenge where he's not going to let you win and you don't have to let him win? You're going to be playing this same chess game for like 6 years.
Bitter, acrimonial contention. That's what makes a relationship.
All right. Second point.
So hot.
So hot. Second point, it's probably a strategical alliance, right? Because Thrawn looks after his people, and he's probably like, in this universe, they probably ran into each other while there was an attack or something. He was like, you know what? I'm going to switch to your side because whatever's good for my people is good for me. Let's have a strategic marriage. Let's do that. But then, like many forced marriage AUs, they find out, and I am playing to my audience very hard right now. I know that. They find out they actually do have feelings for each other through this chess game they've been playing. And then one day he spells out, I love you in chess pieces, and the end.
There's not that many chess pieces on the chip, but it does.
Both colors.
Don't use logic, Jason.
Don't ruin the moment. I mean, I'm completely impartial. I am an impartial arbiter
like this is pandering. I
of
feel
the
like
facts. Yeah, objection. Sustained. Sit down, Jason.
So I already know Bree's gonna win. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my argument.
Also, he's blue, and that's hot. So.
Well, I'm with you there. Blue and green are hot for aliens. Yeah.
Jeff loves Liara Tassoni. He's not going to argue with that.
Yep. All right. Angela says, "Oh, this is precious. I'm sucked in." There you go. You got another fan, Bree. All right.
So here, sound so mad about it.
All right, so Jason made his excellent argument about cuddling with the Wookiee, but you know what's the problem with the Wookiee? He's too fucking big, and he's just gonna suffocate Mon Mothma. But you know what's not too big is an Ewok. So she could get the same cuddling, furry action. That sounded wrong. She could get the same
hate that cuddling,
furry action from Wicket without getting suffocated or like rolled over and flattened by Chewie. All right. So we got that. Number two, the only thing Wicket really needs to make him happy is to give him food, like Leia did. If you give him food, he's happy. My Mothma's got plenty of food. Wicket can't be with Leia because Leia went and married Han. So, you know, he needs someone else. So he's like, all right, well, Mon Mothma's the only other female character in the original Star Wars, so I got to go with her. And then, unbeknownst to many people, in an early draft of Lucas's script, Mon Mothma had a pet that she lost, so Wicket can replace that pet option for, yes, I just totally fucking made that up, but pretend it's real, and replace that pet. Oh shit, damn it, I didn't think anyone was going to believe that. I should have went with it. He can kind of fill that pet option too. That I think Mon Mothma is very lonely, I feel. She doesn't have anyone to really love her and bond with her, and the Wicket could fulfill that role.
Jason, were you raising your hand?
Yes.
Yeah. Counsel? Yes.
I'm not going to win. But the best I can do is try and undercut Jeff. So
wait, we're both going to lose. We should team up. Why are we undercutting each other?
Because if I could be second, that's better than third. Okay. I will say,
this is not a good like bromance going on between you and me here, man.
Look, I respect you as an opponent. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. Imagine rolling over and seeing those fucking Ewok eyes from the high def version. Do you remember those from the Blu-ray version? Do you remember those Blu-ray?
I've seen HD version.
Eyes? Oh man, Google that.
They're fine.
Imagine rolling over and it's like, gah, like that. Yeah, cute and fuzzy till you stare him in their eyes.
Look, but if she spoons him from the back, she doesn't have to look at the eyes, so it's fine.
Well, okay, wow. See, the loving is in the face-to-face, man. You gotta be able to connect. That being said, I'm not gonna win. I just wanted to.
Someone please
Wicket also has a very sharp spear.
Immediately. The loving is in the face-to-face. I'm writing that down. Getting my pen. And I'm writing it down.
AKA the other guy on Twitch says, Wicket fits in most overhead luggage bins. Great. Yes, very easy to take with you. Chewie is like he takes up like 2 seats. Blair just says yub nub. He's just quoting Ewok language. That's great. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Chris says Ewoks are definitely cuddly. Oh, I'm getting a lot of love here from people in the chat. Great.
Love furry loving.
The people's choice. There you go.
All right. There we go. All right. So now Lisa has to make a decision. I wonder what it's going to be.
Yeah,
I have rendered a decision.
No idea. It's a mystery.
And I'm sure this is going to come as a huge shock to you, but it's got to be Admiral Thrawn.
Congratulations, Bree.
Bree, I loved it. I loved every single second of it. I felt a little hot, actually. I had to drink some water. My throat was a little hot. I was a little warm. It was warm in here.
A Fletter John says, but does Wicket get you into the sweet Ewok tree party at the end of Return of the Jedi? Hell yeah, he does. That's an awesome party.
He's got connections.
Angela says, pick the villain. Yes, you just did. There you go, Angela. You got your choice.
I do love me a hot villain. It's true. I have a type.
Yeah.
I'm so
Ashley had said, but if you get into trouble, Chewie will rip a dude's arms off.
It's true.
It's true.
Chewie will protect you.
Yeah.
He will, yeah. But I mean, you don't think Thrawn would protect you?
Well, it depends.
He would do it with his strategy.
He will if he loves you.
Yeah.
Does he have a trigger finger? Can he shoot a blaster? I mean, I'm thinking really
he's
practically
very good. He's very good at shooting. Yeah, but his mind is his main thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't show much love, to be honest with you, though.
No.
Not.
Yeah.
That's why it's so romantic when he finally opens up his heart.
We're on the same page. Like, that's why it's so painfully romantic. It's painful, but it's romantic, and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Right, he's the guy you would never get to get. All right, here, let's do one more round of this before we wrap it up. I'm gonna be the judge this time. Those strategies will not work as well on me, Bree, just as a warning.
See, I know I'm screwed now because I went against Jeff on the last.
Yeah, you are in trouble, so you should have thought of that.
That's fine. And you know what? Fair enough. That's
pretty much.
All right. I'm just going to open this up to any kind of fantasy type character. I'm saying maybe lead not so much sci-fi though, since we kind of just did that. But if you could think of maybe more of a traditional type fantasy, but whatever, we're pretty flexible in the show, so I don't really care. Got a choice there, Bree?
You go first.
Aragorn.
Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Probably just took Lisa's answer.
I'm
So
gonna go Varric from Dragon Age.
who is it?
Varric.
Ferric? Remind me who
Varric.
He's
The dwarf
very
with the-
sexy dwarf with
The deep V. Yeah, that. Yeah.
He's a writer.
Wait, is he the one with the rider and the crossbow?
Yep.
Bianca the
Bianca.
crossbow? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. All right, I know who it is.
Yes.
Ferric, yeah.
Yeah.
Blair just says, Twitch, the great American hero. The greatest American hero of the show, does he mean? All right, well, sure. That could have been a choice.
Okay.
I love that show. Great theme song. Lisa.
So my pick is actually Éowyn
Oh, from Lord of the Rings as well?
from Lord of the Rings as well. Yeah.
All right. Éowyn, Ferric,
Yes.
And-
I'm thinking of changing my answer now.
Aragorn, right? That's who you chose,
Yeah.
Jason? Okay.
Yep.
That's what you should.
Whoever should I choose? I have a list here. Who would make the best, meaning most ridiculous choice out of these? I'm going to go from The Princess Bride and say Fezzik, played by Andre the Giant.
Yes, I love you. You never disappoint, dude.
Can I just choose myself now instead? Like,
I volunteer as tribute.
All right, but you can go first, Bree.
oh no. Okay.
Varric and Fezzik. Hey, they were kind of rhymed their names.
That's the first point I was going to make, actually. Very easy to write beautiful poetry for their vows. All right. So, Varric is very charming and very short, which will make Fezzik feel great because he's already so tall. And he likes being tall, obviously. He brings it up quite a bit. So, it'll make him feel good about himself to be with someone of a smaller stature. And he's also a writer. And Fezzik likes to tell poetry. Like, he likes to rhyme. So they play that game all the time. It would be so much fun for him.
You just rhymed. That was great. That was impressive.
I did. I didn't mean to, but there we go. So that would be their thing. Like, that every couple has like a thing. That would be their thing, is they would rhyme with each other. It'd be adorable. And Varric would write a book and write Fezzik into the book, and that book is The Princess Bride.
Oh, nicely done. Very
Slide it
impressive.
into a knot.
Very impressive. She's throwing down the gauntlet. All right. By the way, on Twitter, our buddy Scorpio Moon says, "Holy shit! You remembered the name of the crossbow? BioWare and SGU for the win, y'all! Rock frog socks." That's what he said. Okay. Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks, sir.
Nice.
All right. Let's go over to Jason, Aragorn, and Fezzik.
So, okay.
All right. I'm listening.
Fezzik comes from a life of crime.
True.
Okay. Kind of a head smasher type of guy. Muscle for a little shithead.
Vizzini.
Yeah.
A little shithead works too.
A little shithead. So Aragorn's kind of noble. Like he comes from nobility. He's gonna take that mantle of king again. And who is he going to appoint to captain of the guard? Give a little responsibility to trust him with things, reform his life. And through that, they share a bond, worrying about a kingdom together. And they grow old and they hold hands until they die. I'll be sappy if that scores me points.
So romantic.
Thank you.
We are screwed.
All right. And we're going to go to Éowyn and Fezzik.
Okay. So, Éowyn is a beautiful, lovely, blonde princess type, very reminiscent of Buttercup, but Buttercup is, the lady, and she's off with Wesley, so it means she's not available. So here we go, beautiful, available blonde. Second of all, she's on the rebound, right? She had that chat with Aragorn, didn't really go so well. She was feeling kind of bad about that. So her heart is open, and she's wanting to love again. She's waiting for the right person who can pick her up literally in the palm of his hand and, swing her around while she has her sword out, because she is, number 3, a warrior, and they would make a super kick-ass team.
Seems very dangerous.
Yes, incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, swinging her around with her sword out, right?
Yeah, he can just hold her. She, you know,
Like
he can
the
like
Hulk?
Yes!
Like just whipping her around?
Like,
Okay.
not like hurting her. Like if somebody's
He's
like
not
over
like
there, they
smashing
don't
her on
have
the
their-
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just like quick, go
Not like Loki.
jabs, picks her up, and it's just like stab, like human stab, you know. So just hold her while she jabs at him, you know. It's like a different kind of. They'll invent a whole new different kind of sword fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Like tag sword fighting. All right.
In the chat, Ashley had said Aragorn needs a brute squad.
There you go.
She had also said a thing earlier. She said the scene where Aragorn opens the doors is the only argument you need. Angela says the new and improved brute squad. That's right. All right. All excellent arguments. However, I will give the victory once again to Brie, actually, because of the rhyming and poetry. So, man,
Eric is the best. Great job, Brie.
She won both. Damn, she's great.
You are good. Dang, girl.
Jason, you're okay, too.
I wrote a lot more fan fiction than you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming in at a disadvantage. Like that's your thing. This is your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Girlfriend is a pro, and it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Props.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. That's One True Parent, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we get on out of here, once again, you want to, Jason and Bree, where can people check out Dungeons and Randomness?
You can find us on our website at dungeonsandrandomness.podcast.com.
DANDR podcast.
DNDR podcast at .com. You can find us on Twitter. We're Dungeons and Randomness there, I believe. Or DNR podcast.
Yeah.
You should just do this part.
Okay.
I don't have them memorized.
That's fine. Facebook is Dungeons and Randomness. We're everywhere, but you can get through us. Yeah, you can find most of our stuff just through our website, and of course, iTunes reviews there are always super helpful. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/DANDR podcast. And yeah, that's pretty much all our stuff.
Awesome. Any personal Twitters you want to give out? People can follow you.
I'm basically the show at this point. Like
Yeah,
I don't have I do have personal stuff, but it's just easier.
I hear you, man. I don't use my personal one. I just use my show one. Yeah, I hear you.
Right.
I use my personal.
You do, yeah.
What is it?
Hexmaniac Marie.
What is
like
it?
Hexmaniac, like the Pokemon trainer, and then Marie, like my last name.
All right, cool. All right, follow her over there. Lisa, where can once again they find you?
I am at Social Cosplay with a K instead of a C, as I think may be displayed on the screen right now, on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr.
All right. If you haven't already, folks, I know probably most of you already have, but give her a follow over there. And we, of course, are at Super Geeked Up on Twitter. Supergeekedup.com is where you can find us online. Like our awesome guests here, we also have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/supergeekedup. If you'd like to support us there, we would super appreciate it. I know a couple of you already, like AK, the other guy in listeners in the chat, are doing so. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who's been in the chat today. I know a lot of people actually from you guys. I think Dungeons and Randomness came by to check it out. So thank you for supporting these guys and for swinging by. We hope you had fun.
So much fun.
Please consider coming back next week too. We do this geeky fun every week long. We do kooky games and funny chat and all that good stuff. We're all about having fun here on this show. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Bree and Jason. We had a great time with you guys. We really appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah,
Yes.
honestly, thanks for having us. Seriously, both of you. Lisa, it was nice to meet you. I'm like, this is kind of cool. This is your last thing. We would have missed you next week.
Yeah, it's you. There you go.
Yes, yeah, I know. I'm so glad. It was so much fun and such great chats, and it was awesome. So I can't wait to go check out more of the podcast.
Yeah, thank you both of you guys.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So thanks to them. Thank you, of course, to Lisa. And thank you to everybody in the chat. And if you're watching us a post, thank you just as much. We love you guys just as much if you're watching after the fact. All right, that's it for us. Remember, next week we're here normally, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. In 2 weeks, we will be off for Dragon Con, and then back to Wednesdays as normal. Thank you guys so much. We will see you soon. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.